Sister Wives Meri Brown has been called out time after time again from fans, viewers, Cody Brown's kids, other members of this family. And let me tell y'all something. I have repeated it and reposted it time after time again because it baffles me how Meri Brown on this show this season is over here in La La Land. Like, girl, we all hearing a different side of Meri and who she really is by the members of this family and people who've had actual personal interactions with her. I am not buying what her and Jen are selling. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Some fans and viewers have got Meri Brown's number, and they are not afraid to dial it. Okay? This person posted, Meri abused the family and her victims are silenced. And then they posted many screen grabs of Meri in the earlier seasons literally abusing the ex-wives by bullying them, pitting them against each other. Meri done that. And then them calling her out and her like, yeah, I am abusive. Like, what? It is nuts to me. This person captioned, what's really sad about the influx of St. Meri posts is that they come at the expense of her victims. What they mean is the people who like to put Meri on a pedestal and put Meri on a throne, and I don't know why, and I don't know who these people are. It makes you wonder. It really does. It's like we all know people are paid to post things. It's called marketing, and we're not dumb. Okay. I'm talking, those of us sitting here listening to this bullshit, half the time we're over here rolling our eyes so far back in our heads. We're like, now look, now I'm offended. Now you just think I'm a damn idiot. But anyway, this person said, Peyton and McKelty have both said they got in trouble for speaking out about their abuse. Fans of Meri will also criticize and victim blame any of the kids who speak out. Who's Meri's fans and why does she have fans? Ask yourself that. Why does Meri have a fan? Why? What does she do? Curious. Meri was verbally, emotionally, financially, and physically abusive to the family. Children went without so she could have more space and better food and nicer belongings. Janelle, Christine, and the kids had to walk on eggshells around her and endure verbal and emotional abuse from her while she played the victim. She may have been violent with McKelty and Cody. The family lived in fear of this monster, yet she praised for things she didn't do. It's also baffling that the lie of Meri being a main breadwinner before the show is repeated, despite the book, show, and Meri's own interviews assert that she only ever had part-time jobs and she would quit or take off from without PTO so she could monopolize Cody. She worked the least and took from the family budget so she could fund her expensive taste. Meri's a bad person. Out of the cast, she is the second worst person after Cody. If she's on a healing journey, that healing should include her admitting her past instead of having her employees, Jen, post lies about her goodness and purity on Reddit. Ooh, Mike, a drop. Okay. Many fans took to the comment section, over 300 to be exact. I'm telling y'all, this is a hot topic of discussion, but yet it never garners headlines unless they're my headlines I create. Isn't it ironic? I think a part of having a big family, a lot of abuse is unfortunately normalized. You can take parentification and neglect, and all of the sister wives are abusive. That's why none of the kids are actively polygamous. I'm proud of the kids for breaking cycles. Yeah, acting like all the parents weren't abusive in their own way is absurd. All of them were pretty bad parents and put their own needs before their children a lot of the time, even if they try to make it look and seem different now. Yet Meri's the one no one else wants to contact. Oh, well, wait a minute. In the most recent episode, did y'all notice how Jen brought up in the cafe at the damn beginning, the first minute of the episode. Jen said, oh, we got to call Logan back. Logan called Meri and wanted a recipe. Meri loved that Logan contacted her. Look, I took note of that. Meri is the one who is accused of abuse from the kids. Janelle and Christine both have great relationships with all the kids. That speaks volumes as to who the abuser really was. I also want to point out the reason she's bringing up Logan is because very few kids have something to do with Meri or talk to her, including her own child, Leon, and just a couple of those kids may include Logan. So she likes to relic in that. She wants us to think she's a good person because 1 out of 17 kids talk to her. Girl, bye. I ain't buying shit you trying to sell. Exactly. Meri fans hate Christine, and they love to enumerate all the ways she and Janelle are bad moms. But who do all the kids adore? Janelle and Christine or Meri? Who did we just see the kids with for Christmas? Wasn't Meri. Meri was by herself. Where was Meri's own child at Christmas? Meri's storyline and narrative is pathetic at this point. Pathetic. You got the bug lady as your only friend and your only person you talk to on this. It's pathetic. I said what I said, and I mean what I say. When the kids are old enough to choose who they have in their lives, and one person is basically shunned, that tells you all you need to know about the shunned one. I agree. Every single adult in this family has demonstrated behavior that can be interpreted as abusive or toxic. Okay, they want to point it out, y'all. Cody, controlling gaslight. I get so, the gaslighting word is so overused. It gets people confused because it's like people label people's shit all the time just because they have no other word to think of. So I'm just going to keep reading. I'm just going to keep scrolling because I can't do the gaslighting thing. I know a lot of you are the same way. It's the same thing with like cult. Y'all trying to beat a dead damn horse at this point. Like, good God Almighty, what you trying to sell? I ain't buying it. The more you say it, the more I'm not buying it. You know what? I'm just that person. I know a lot of you are too. Add in the numerous and specific examples of physical abuse from Cody and the children I have spoken of. I haven't heard any physical. Singling Meri out is ridiculous. Here's the one thing. All the adults are shitty people. They're all on reality TV. They exploited their children for years on TV. Well, the kids that are grown are still on TV. They get paid, so that's their job. And note that they're doing the same thing that they claim they didn't like. Okay, now a lot of these kids claim there's always cameras in their faces. They didn't like that. Well, a lot of them kids ain't on this TV show. But some of these kids are still on the TV show and putting their kids on the show, continuing the cycle because they like that paycheck. It's all they know. Hell, I'd probably like that $1 million paycheck a year too. You know what I'm saying? You would too. Let me live in a house, period, instead of this trailer. I'd like it. You'd see me on TV all the time. You'd see my kid, too. I'm being honest. What frustrates me about Meri is that now people make so many excuses for her because of how Cody and Robin treated her in the end. Two things can be true. Meri can have been... Meri can have been... What? Meri can be abusive, manipulative witch of a first wife who weaponized her first wife's status and her infertility, and she could have been taken advantage of by Robin and Cody and treated poorly by Cody. One doesn't negate the other. Yeah, and I don't like the trauma Olympics when all the wives were abused by Cody, by him, and by... Do y'all not think these other women could have been... Meri is a B word. Like, I don't think... Could you say... Nope. Thank you. Meri can be an abuser and exploiter as well as being abused and exploited. One doesn't cancel out the other. That's why I can hold Meri accountable and have sympathy for her. I do not have sympathy for Meri. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Am I the only one who thinks Gwen and Peyton have a bunch of unresolved ill feelings toward each other? Peyton is an adult. I'm sure they did because Peyton was violent. They were kids, people. Have y'all not ever grew up with, like, siblings? The people that comment, well, Peyton was abusive to Gwendolyn, they were kids growing up. I grew up in a household with an older brother, and I had 2 boy cousins. I was beat up, and I beat them up my entire childhood. I'm not claiming to be abused. That's not abuse. That's called a regular childhood. Your mom and daddies clearly didn't tell you to fight it out like they should have, or y'all wouldn't be on the internet making ridiculous ass comments like you ain't got no damn common sense. This is why I gotta get off Reddit. I keep it all the way too real. These people on Reddit need to go outside, touch some grass. I said what I said. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe. I love you for watching. I'll see you in my next video or in the comments below.